What did I learn at 22? That life sucks. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you've been a subscriber for a long time, you know this is a video that I do every year. I just skipped when I turned 19. Camera battery is blinking at me. Do I attempt to make this video now, or do I charge the camera and then make it? Let's go charge the camera battery for a few minutes. Okay, I'm gonna put my backpack like that. You can't see it, just in case the camera falls for some reason, so it has a nice pretty cushion to land on. Okay, I let the camera charge for a little while. We should be good. I need my phone. I can't do this video without my phone because throughout this year, especially when I was in New York, I wrote things down for this video, for when we would film it, hoping we'd be in Paris. Didn't think we'd be in Paris this way, i.e. not permanently yet, but you know, we're here. I found the French equivalent of Windex today and cleaned the windows. You know, it's a decent day. Even bad days in Paris are still good days. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now and get to it. Okay, some of these I think are repeated, but there are a lot of new ones. As you guys know, if you've watched me this past year, this was humanly the most monstrous year of my life. I think I need to be put in the Guinness Book of World Records for worst year possible, and I know that's very relative, but it's been a really crap year. So I have a lot of things that I'm going to say about my crap year and things that I learned about my crap year. Some of these are repeated, but they're the things that I was either reminded of or learned this year. One, I really like the feeling of being autonomous. I like the feeling of being autonomous. There's nothing to me like, sounds stupid, but scrubbing my own toilet, doing my own groceries, getting in bed, watching a movie or something in peace, waking up in peace. I love being alone and taking care of myself, and anybody who's ever met me, like there's some people that are watching this channel now that I've met on the Eiffel Tower lawn here, like I'm super extroverted, so they're like, you like to live alone? I fucking love to live alone. And it doesn't mean I'm not extroverted, it just means that I love my sense of independence, and I've been reminded of that. 2, friends aren't the ones who are going to get you through it. You are the only constant variable in your life. And there are more things that I've learned about friends this past year of my life, but people can't do anything for you. They can't change anything for you. Even when you can't change anything for you, like I couldn't change anything for myself. It's just like only you can do, like only I can decide to like watch Zoe 101 and eat chocolate peanut butter and drink tea to make the night better. No one else can do that. Only I can do that. You know, people do not stay in your life. They come and go, and you are the only constant, and you have to be okay with that. And I'm okay with that. You know, if the world could just give me a job and the legal right to stay here, I'd be just fine with that. 3, friends and family and relationships aren't my priority. My scenery and I am. I don't think that my friends and family will ever be my priority. A lot of people learned during the pandemic how much they want to prioritize their family and their friends because those were things that they had when the world was shut down. For me, it's always a bit about where I am. When I was in New York City, you know, same like here, I didn't have friends like I went out with. Like I would just call my friends if I wanted to talk to them. I've got like a friend in Australia, my friends in Maryland, like my friends that are elsewhere in the country or in the world. Like for me, it's all about my scenery. That is the most important thing to me. That's what brings me, I hate this word, but mental health, sanity, like peace, all these things. That's the most important thing to me, and I don't think that that's going to change, at least for the immediate time being. 4, I don't want what's easy. I want what's interesting, new, and unfamiliar. Why would you ever want what's easy in life? Little things aren't enough for me because I want big things. And I always feel really juxtapositional because I want, to other people this is big, like to want to live abroad, it's big, but to me it's very simple because right now, this like little tiny studio apartment, 5-minute walk from the Eiffel Tower, the battery is blinking at me again. This is what I want. This is all that I want. To me, it seems really simple. To other people, it's really complicated, but this is not easy, and it's still what I want. 5, I've said this one before in years past, but I love to create. It's my sense of purpose that never goes away. I love being able to be somewhere where I'm inspired. 6, this is a big one that I know is very controversial, but I really want to talk about it. I learned that therapy is not for everyone. It is not the be-all to end-all of everyone's problems. Different things work for different people, and we really need to respect that. I tried it during a really hard time in my life. It didn't do anything. People would write it off as like, oh, you just have a bad therapist. I probably did. but it still wouldn't have changed the circumstances. And for me, call me stubborn, I'm not gonna be content or feeling a little bit better unless there's some sign that circumstances are changing. So it's just like going to New York did so much more for me than 3 months of therapy did. So I think we need to learn to respect that other people have different mechanisms of coping and not push therapy on people. It's not the answer for everyone. Take it from me. 7, if the battery doesn't stop. There's a difference between being introverted and enjoying your independence. So I'm not introverted, I'm extroverted, but I love my independence. Like I was saying before, I love to do things by myself, buy things by myself, come home by myself. There's a difference. 8, this is a sad one, but I learned it this past year. Without your sense of purpose, you will lose your sense of self. And there is nothing worse than that. 9, I am split dead even between being both a homebody and liking to go out. I need a split balance of going out and staying home. So I love to go out for like 4 hours in Paris walking around, or 2 hours in New York City, whatever. But I also need to come back and like watch a movie and get cozy and play Club Penguin on the couch. I need both. I can't have too much of either, or else I burn out or I'm too worked up. 11, life does not give fairy tale endings. Oh, aren't I the epitome example of this? Life is effing difficult. That's just, people have fairy tale endings. I mean, I used to envy them. Now I'm just like, yeah, that's cool. But for most people, I am one of those people. It does not all work out peachy rosy. It just doesn't. It's going to take a long time. But when you find the thing that's worth it, it is worth it to have it take a long time. 12, I hate suburban living. I learned this when I was in New York City more than anything else, just how much, my uncle makes fun of me. He's like, you want to live in a concrete jungle. Hell yeah, I do. I want to live in a concrete jungle. But Paris is different than New York. Just parks in Paris and New York City, you can't compare the two. They're like gardens, they're parks. You feel like you're an escape from the concreteness of it all. I hate suburban living. I hate being on a couch. I hate having to drive a car. I hate being far away from everything. I love that, there are Franprix or, CVS or Trader Joe's every couple blocks in a city, something like that, I hate suburban living. 13, nothing is definitive. You really never know what might happen. I mean, my past year, even my past 3 weeks being here with what's happened with, all the stuff with what was supposed to happen, you never know what's going to happen. You can't predict anything. It's all a toss-up. It really, I wish it would be less of a toss-up because I'm really tired of it being a toss-up, but it is indeed a toss-up. 14, I said this one already, but I love to live alone. I love that I don't have to tend to anyone or anything. There's nothing about living alone that I don't like. I don't understand people like, I need a roommate, I'm lonely. Like, walk out. If you're in a city, you can be alone, but you're not really alone because you're surrounded by people, but you don't have to communicate with them. It's just the best. 15, my friend taught me this one when I was calling her from Bryant Park in December or so. Goals have to be accomplished one at a time, meaning my biggest goal is I want to live here. I have other goals in my life. I'd love to just make money by sharing these, superfluous YouTube videos with you guys. I'm not there yet. I need to first get to this goal. Then I can start going at other goals. It can't bite off more than I can chew. It's got to be one at a time, and there's nothing wrong with that. 16, New York City will always be my most pivotal place. Paris is my place, Europe is my place, but New York is the place where I always go when I'm heartbroken, when there's a turning point, when something's gotta give, when I don't know where to go. There's a great quote, I've said it before I think on this channel, by Dorothy Parker. London is satisfied, Paris is resigned, but New York is hopeful. And that is what New York City is. It is my sense of logic. It is my sense instead of my sensibility when I need it. It is my head when I need to stop trusting my heart so much and I need some logic. Yeah, that's never going to change. New York City will always be like a second home to me. 17. Learned this one from Shawn Mendes and I couldn't agree more. You are your own guiding light. You know what you want / what you need to do. So often, when I call people, it's really because I need to think out loud, not because I want to hear what they have to say. I know what's best for I know what's best for me at the end of the day, and so do you. We actually don't need anyone else's help. 18. Video creating might be my biggest passion. This past year, finally getting to be here and make all the videos I've been thinking about making for the past year and a half. I love to make videos, and I think it's because it combines all these things that I love in one: storytelling, filmography, photography, music, like all of these artistic passions and endeavors that I love to pursue. It's all wrapped into one with video editing and YouTube. And 19, things we never think will change do. There was a friend, I was on the phone with him, and he was telling me how he quit smoking, and I was telling him how, I wasn't telling him, but I was thinking, wow, I never thought he'd quit smoking. And like now all these years later, like I use mint toothpaste, and that sounds really stupid, but up until the age of 22, like I used SpongeBob bubble fruit toothpaste because I could not stand the taste of mint toothpaste. And over COVID, I was like, I'll try this for my brother. I'll use this toothpaste. And I started to like it. So just things that we never think are gonna change, they do. It just takes time. You gotta give people the same amount of time that you would give yourself. 21, no, 20. Life needs to be taken one day at a time. I've been learning this the past 2 years. It's been the worst 2 years of my entire life, of my existence. But I keep just doing it one day, plan 1 week at a time, because that's all that I can do. 21, I love this one and I'm glad that I've learned it. Money is replaceable. I've grown up with a very intense scarcity mindset with money. It can always be replaced. That is like the one thing in this world that can always somehow be replaced. So when desperate times call for desperate measures, don't worry about money. It can be replaced. Money is not worth it if using it is going to help your mental sanity. And 22, if you can't handle me at my lowest, then you do not deserve me at my best. Real friends will stick it with you till the very end through anything. And if they don't, they're not your real friends. So that's what I learned. 22 things at 22. My birthday is the day after tomorrow, and God, I'm looking forward to 23. I'm looking forward to sharing a super awesome video with you guys. I'm gonna end this video before the battery dies. Like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you for my special video, birthday video in Paris. Bye.